So I'm going to go into one of my texture folders, and I'm going to find, let's close down the script folder so it gets some space. Click on my texture. I'm just going to grab a few textures at random. Generally these would be your pre-made adverts, which you do in an external program, something like Photoshop or Microsoft Paint, where you can actually design them. So I'm going to say select these first three, say the first, these two, landscape, drag that across, London, drag that across, tower, drag that across. So look what else we got. I'll take a few at random. City, but generally you would have these would be your pre-made adverts. Let's see if there's any more. I'll drag across. Land view, I'll drag that across. Right, so there's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's all completed. So once that's done, I can close down my inventory, close down that, and then I just click on the, so now it's ready. So I'll click on it, and that brings up our list, which I've just put in there. So London 002, tower, city, land view, landscape 2. So those would be your ads. So now we want to update it so that these ads, so first of all let me click on it so you can see what happens. I'll click on London, and that would be like the first ad. So that's, I'll click on it again, and then you've got the next one. You notice it doesn't really display correctly, so we want it to actually display the right way round, and we want it one single display. So what we need to do now, I'm going to just going to right click on it, click on edit, and so at the moment it's displaying like it's in 3 sections. So if we click on select face, you notice that, and then click on it, you notice that it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 squares. We just want one square with that one of those circles in it. So click on texture, and where it's got horizontal, and it's 4 at the moment, we're going to change that to 1. So click on 1.0, and then we go to the next and tab down, and then press on tab, and then in the vertical scale we're going to change that to 1.0, and that changes that. So I'm going to rotate it, so click on rotate, and then we go to the object tab, and we're going to rotate it by 90 degrees. So in the X I'm going to type in 90.0, and that's rotated it, but it's not quite the way I want it. I want it so it's got my the bit that I want facing downwards. I want it the other way around, so I'm going to rotate that to 270.0, and that should hopefully rotate it to the top. What's happened now, it's actually gone back to the 4 areas. So I just click on the texture tab, and I'm just going to type in, and just touch select face, select the face again, and I'm going to type in there 1.0, 1.0, 1.0, and that puts it right down there. So that face, I want to rotate that. So we're going to highlight that area there. I can type in 270, just too much, so we're just going to try again. Type in 90.0. That's the other side, so it's still not right, so type in 180.0, and now that's correct. So you can see how by rotating it from between either 90, 180, 270 or 0, that allows us to rotate it until we get in the right area. So now I'm going to just close that down. I'm going to click on it, and that brings up the textures we put in there. So these will be as London 2. So that's, click on that again, London view, click on that, click on again, city, and that basically is how we can select our different ads. And if we want to change those names, for example, we've got London, Tower, City. If we want to change it, say Advert 1, Advert 2, Advert 3, we right click on our prim and our advert board, click on edit, and then we go to content, and then here we're going to change the name. So for City, I'm going to right click on that and then click on rename and type Advert 1. Click on the next one, right click again, click on properties and call it Advert 2. Click on the third one, right click, rename Advert 4, or it should be 3. Then click on the next one, right click, and then rename Advert 4, and the last one, right click, rename Advert 5. And once that's done, I close that down. I click on ignore on here to close it down, and I'm going to click back on our advert, and you notice it brings up the adverts, Advert 1, Advert 2, Advert 3, and if we click through, we've got our various adverts, and that's how we build our advert box.